Well, we have us an exhaust pipe. Let me flip this around and show you what I got. So starting at the flange, this is the 4-bolt flange. That over here would have been the catalytic converter. At this point here is the downpipe from the turbo comes down, matching flange, and there's also a hanger here, a factory hanger. A really good solid one, which is why I saved this section. And this section was 3-inch. Now it comes to here, and it used to have a large flare where it would go in a dual 2 1/4 system. Now I kept it, I cut the flare off, rounded over as much as I could, matched it, and flared it into a 3-inch curve. This is a mandrel turn. You saw the mandrel U-bend in the other video. It's actually the thumbnail for it. And that's how you use these. You cut them into sections, in the sections that you need, and then you butt weld. You don't do overlaps. You don't run the Canadian Tire and buy adapters. In this case, I guess if somebody didn't know what they were doing, they go buy some 3-inch inside diameter, because this is all 3-inch outside, and then put them over top and clamp it. Come on, guys, that's amateur, and you're looking for leaks everywhere. So you do butt welds, flush welds, but butt weld is what it's called. Here's another little pie-shaped section. Same, this looks like it's just a wedge, but it's actually, if you see by the curve, that was a section. Same as here, I got another pie section. And then come in here, got a start of a turn, and I had to turn in this direction. I also had to twist. And then a short section, and then just about a perfect 90, and this is where it goes into the muffler. This is actually, how am I visualizing? This is what we're going to see from laying underneath. So this is the roadside. So here it kicks up underneath the, this is where it kicks up underneath the back seat. So most systems you would have had the muffler here. And with experience with these cars, again, those mufflers never sit as high as they could, as there's not actually that much of a kick there. And they show from behind. You've got two low hanging mufflers. And if you have roads like we do, they drag, and they also resonate inside the driver's compartment. Whereas now I'm going all the way back. I have a cap because I'm going to digress here a second. I have that taped off, and I made this flange here with the tire valve. And I clamp this on here, and yep, there's the air hose. I chuck it up, and I pressurize it, and I go around with a soapy solution, and I'm going through. I still have a few leaks, so I'm chasing the last. I've been not so much as grinding as sanding it down. That's 120 zirconia. Does a nice job. If I wanted to, I could actually clean this up. This is straight off the MIG. Not too bad, but I'm getting pin leaks every here and there. So I'm chasing the pin leaks. I'm going to mark them, and the next day or so I'm going to go out to my brother's and use his TIG setup, and just, I'll try not to add any more metal, but I'll bring some TIG rods with me as filler if I need to. But my idea is to just go around and just flow, because you can't weld all in one shot. This ain't gonna happen. To get the right penetration, because this is still just 16 gauge. To get enough penetration, you're going to end up blowing a hole, because you are doing a butt joint. So, anyways, I'm cleaning them up. I'm going to run a little acid through them to make sure there's no contaminants, or as few contaminants as I can, and I'm going to go flow them. And if I still have pin leaks after that, damn it, I'm just going to take the brazing rod and a torch, and I'm just going to braze them shut. Out of 2 of those 3-inch U-bends and a 2-foot section of straight pipe, this is what I have left. That's how much of the straight pipe I have left. And that's it. There was no waste. I only took a guess. It was an educated guess. I went around and I counted how many angles and degrees I needed, that I thought I needed. And yeah, that worked out just jiggy-doo. That was pretty damn cool. I'm kind of proud of that because stuff ain't too cheap. If you're wondering again, it seems a lot of people don't understand what mandrel bends. This was part of that long YouTube. U-bend, I keep wanting to call it YouTube. YouTube's what you're watching. And the way it works is, when you're going to cut through any section of this, no matter where you cut, as long as you're cutting perpendicular, you're doing a pie cut, it keeps the cross section is kept. That's the mandrel. It doesn't do. Now this is the factory kind. This is Walker pipe, but factory kind. And here's a good example. This is supposed to be a high performance stainless pipe. That's 2.5 inch. It squishes down to a little under 2 inches and fattens out. It's got these kinks. A, that's restrictive. B, you can't cut that and weld it back together anywhere because the cross sections are all screwed up. Compare that to that kind of bend and that kind of bend, which are all again part of the U-bends. Now this is the last piece I have left. And if you look at it, no matter where I go, it keeps its, doing this with one hand here, and you just do a butt weld, do a good weld all the way around, and it's as if you bent it as one piece without any kinks. And then you come back to the other side and do that. Such. Now you see a little bit of an angle on this one. That was here because I came in and angle actually worked, but it flows so well. So as far as pipe diameter, the original was a dual 2.25, again, leaving from here. It would go out to 2.25 inch pipes. As far as absolute flow, a straight section of 3 inch will flow just about the same, actually a hair more, I believe, than a dual 2.25, but here's where we gained is these mandrel bends and how smooth I was able to keep them as compared to that little nightmare. And that's only the start of it. Most of the rest of it's outside. I kept the tailpipes here because I want to match the cut on the ends. I'm going to be doing the tailpipes in 2 inch. So let's go see what I did with the muffler. This is also I'm rather proud of. Doop doop doop. Let's get some lights here. Now the factory had these hangers. Had 2 of them. So I took the MagnaFlow and I hung them. I actually welded a piece of angle iron to the MagnaFlow all the way across, and it's off center, it's offset to the driver's side, which gave me a nice flow coming here on the inlet. And this is the inlet. I come in here and there's two outlets, and you can see they're actually below the frame, so I can come out here, whereas the factory setup, let's see if I can hang this here. Factory setup came out here and bent down and turned here. Follow my hand. Came down, bent out quite sharp, turned, and then turned again out here. I'm actually going to be able to do this with a 60-degree bend, and it's going to come out here. And I'm going to do it in 2.5. I can either do a little jog and get it to look like a factory cut, or I might just do a long pie cut, which actually would look neat. And since I'm not doing a factory restoration here, I'll judge that one on whichever way works out good. Works out snazzier. Wanted to show you something here. I took out the spring. I added this little jack here so I can lower the axle down to get the pipe over. Building that pipe, I built the pipe starting at the muffler and worked my way towards the hanger instead of vice versa. To me, this made the most sense. And it worked out because I was able to get the pipe with the muffler. Actually had it tacked. You can see a little tack one there. So it didn't budge from the muffler from when I started. And I was able to get it done until as far forward as the last 2 bends that attached to the flange. So I was able to come back here, and because I jacked that up, lowered the axle down as far as I could, I got a pretty straight shot going through. And since my gas tank's out of here. So, anyways, that's a lot of yapping away on how I'm building a exhaust system. So this is another 3-inch. This is actually going to be part of the downpipe. But just to show how well this is going to work, see, I just need to shorten that a bit. And it follows the frame nicely, and then just a straight section coming out. So I'm going to order two 60-degree bends in 2.5-inch. This is 3-inch. That'll match. And yeah, I can see right through. I'm sure it'll be nice and quiet. Whisper, yes. Or not. If it's like the other MagnaFlows I've had in my life, it'll be fairly quiet at reasonable throttle. Cruising down the highway, you won't even know it's there. And when you hop on a go pedal, she'll let you know she's got an engine. So, this is part 2. I'm going to flow these in the next day or 2 or 3 and rebuild a rotted section of the turbo downpipe, and then we'll bolt all this back together. Once this is in place, and I can put the fuel tank back in and fire this guy up, and I'll have a mobile car again. Right now, she's not movable. So bodywork, I don't know where the phone was pointed here. I haven't done much of anything. I've been sick, I've been down. And then the guitar work takes precedent. So doing that, but hell, all of our snow's gone. The lake's starting to open up. My ducks are back. Those who know me personally know about my ducks. I raised some wild mallards that have adopted us. And I've had 2 couples come back. Walk up the driveway and start talking to them. They get excited, walk towards it. You know they're the returning ones. Anyways, digressing again, which I tend to do. It's lonely out here. Got nobody to talk to, so you're it. Leave me comments for damn sakes. Trying to be polite here. Keep it G-rated. Many years in mills, I have to work at being G-rated. Trust me. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's watching this. I see the views here, 20 here, 30 there. I'm not expecting to have a hit show, but it'd be nice if somebody would talk to me. We're in lockdown completely again, Ontario. Canada, and especially Ontario, has now surpassed the United States in infection rates. We're number 1. We're number 1. I'm about to lose the G rating. So, that's where I am. Making pipes. Smoke them if you got them. Take care. Be good.